And these are the commonly used shortcuts which I use normally. So I felt like I can share these shortcuts. And out of all this is one thing which I want to highlight in detail. F4. When you click on F4 in any formula, it will give you this dollar symbol. If you know how to use this dollar symbol properly, half of your work will be saved. If you don't know how to use it, you have to do a lot of things manually. For example, this particular formula, it's sitting in this particular range, right? Like AH5, AH7, it is sitting in this particular range. So if I move this and if I paste it somewhere else, the output is not working because here I'm referring AH5 to AH7. When I move it, it's referring different cells because these are like not a static one, right? These things will keep on change whenever you change the input. Whenever you copy and paste somewhere else, this will keep on changing. But you want something static every time. In that case, you have to use this F4. So just place anywhere in your formula wherever you want to update it. Just click F4. It will give you $2. One for the column, AH is the column, and 5 is the row. So for both, it will give you the dollar symbols. If you don't want for both, just click again, and it will change only for rows. If you click again, it will change only for the column. If you click again, it will turn off for both. So that option is available, and you have to choose it wisely where you have to place it. If you feel like I'm moving only rows, I'm not moving any columns. So you can place only for the rows. So the row number will be static. If you are moving, for example, here I'll put only for the row. If I change it, just focus on AH5. Don't focus on everything else because we are using dollar only here. AH5 remains same. Rest all changes, right? If you place it here, see, AH changed from AH to AI because we are moving one column right. The formula also moves right, but 5 remains static always because we kept a dollar over there. Now let's see, let's put a dollar at AH also. Okay. Now if I copy, AH5 remains as is. Even if I move, AH5 remains as is. So the thing is, if you want to move columns or rows or both, be specific and put the dollars accordingly. So your formula work anyways. So just like if you want to drag this formula down and right, you can just do this. If you have dollars everywhere, if you don't have, then you have to key in formula for all the cells one by one. So that's like a hectic task, right? So that's why you have to know how to place the formula, where to place it exactly. And for pivot table, for removing duplicates, for format painter, merge, freeze, all these options you have the shortcut keys. And just like as I showed earlier, you have the shortcut keys for everything in the toolbar. You just need to know which one to use. Wherever you want to go, you can just click and it will show the shortcut key for everything. You don't need to remember or memorize anything. Okay, clear? And there's one thing which is called as format painter. So I am not sure like how many people are aware of this. So I'll explain a little bit on this format painter. So now I have given some formatting to this, for example, bold, italic, underline, or some font, some color. I have given these things. Okay. I want this format only to the next cell. Now I have done like bold, italic, underline, color. Everything I have to choose again for this particular cell also, right? Then only you will get the same color. It's difficult to remember what color you choose, what size you choose. Everything you have to check and then update. But there's an option you can copy the format only. It's not copying the data, it's just copying the format. So you have this option, which is the format painter. Format and just select, and it will automatically give you whatever format is available. It will just replicate that. It won't touch the data, only the format will be copied and pasted. And we have this control alt V, which is the paste special. So you copy anything and click on Control Alt V. You see a lot of options available. Normal Control C, Control V is for pasting, right? This will give you more options. If you want to copy only the formula, or if you want to copy only the value, or if you want to copy only the format. So like you similarly have all the options. If you want to add something for that particular cell which you copied, if you want to subtract something, if you want to multiply, or if you want to skip blanks, if you want to transpose, all these options are available in this page special. So you can choose depending on, uh, for example, if you are working on something like where you want formulas and number formats or values and number formats, you can choose those options. Okay. Yeah. So let's come to the main session now, which is the agenda for the today's session. So you will see a specific format. These are the header cells, formula name and formula syntax you will see. And here on the right side, you will be seeing the characteristic of that formula, like anything which is special or specific about that formula. I have mentioned it over here. So in future, if you want to refer, it will be easy. The first formula which you are learning is formula text. So anywhere you will see the formula is appearing, right? But you are not seeing the formula. You are seeing the output of the formula. If, for example, if you want to see the formula as it is, like here is equal to left A5, just like how it's seeing in B4. If you want to see that, you just use the formula text. This is a formula to get the formula. Okay. Everywhere you will see this formula text, which will give you the formula. So you can understand how they're drafting this and you can refer it anytime. And the next formula which you are referring is the left. So left, mid, and right. These are the three text-based formulas. It will help you to give any specific field which is on the left side of the text or right side of the text or middle part of the text. So these formulas, how it works. As I said earlier, any formula to start, you have to click on is equal to, and you can start typing the formula name. And the moment you start typing, you will see all the options available. In Excel, you have three options available with LE. You can choose which one you want to choose. Just move with arrows and you can choose. How you can choose? Just click on tab. It will automatically start the formula. How you can know whether it started the formula or not? There will be a bracket symbol. So it means the formula has started. So you can choose. You can read the syntax text. What does text says? If you don't know, just click on FX. It says text is the text string containing the characters you want to extract. So it means from where you want to extract the output. I want to extract it from this particular cell, EF5. And you are extracting something which is on the left side of the text. So now if you see, this is an optional field. Number chars is an optional field. If you want to extract any specific number, you can give. For example, Ravi is like 4 letters, so I want to extract that. Okay, I'll cover those questions in the chat box and after this. As I said, it's optional field. If I don't give this optional field, it will just pick the first letter, first word of the letter which we're having. We have a couple of questions in the chat box. The first question is, when I click on Control C and Control Alt V, you'll be getting this as an ideal page special board, but sometimes you'll be getting a separate page special board. That will happen when the Excel workbook is not enabled or not opened properly. In that case, you won't see this icons. You will see a list of options available. You can choose from that list. In that case, select Unicode text to get the paste special values. But if you want to get formulas or format, there's no option in that different board which you're seeing. Maybe who texted that? Pawan, you can share the screenshot for others to understand what you are trying to say.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
like, hello.
yes.
Now, not now. Like when I'm in office,
Uh-huh.
I use it to see that in office.
Yeah, if the you will see sometimes the enable editing or enable the, like some options are disabled kind of notifications in the here over above this column A, B, C. You'll be seeing that notification bar. in that case, you won't be able to get this space special, this window. You'll be getting a different window altogether. And the next question we had is formula text. So formula text is a simple thing, just is equal to which will start the formula, and you can just type formula text and which formula you want to refer. I want to refer what is there in this particular cell as a formula. You can just select that cell and that's it. It will give you the formula of that cell. Like if you want to give anything, like any cell you can select, it will give you the formula of that cell. If there's no formula over there, you select this, which is just editable field, it will give you NA because there's no formula in this cell. If there is formula, it will give you the output. So we'll continue. The next formula which we are referring will be mid. Mid will give you the middle part of the text. So sometimes it will be a middle part, sometimes it can be the rightmost part as well. So depending on the data we have, it differs. So here I'm saying is equal to mid. This is the text which I want to start refer, and starting number from where you want to start your mid to work. You are extracting middle part, right? From where you want to start it. I want to start uh, from my middle name Teja, which is the sixth character. RAVI4 space is 1 5. T is the sixth letter, so I want to give 6. And how many characters you want to extract from 6? Number of characters how you want to extract. I want to extract only the 4 characters. So it will be the middle 4 characters from character number 6. Similarly, text, I want to extract again from the 6th one, and this time my last name is like Grandi, 7 characters. So I click 7. This works exactly similar to the right because Grandi is the rightmost character and also the middle character because we are starting from a specified location. So you can say we can extract the same output by right also. Yes, absolutely correct. There are many ways to get any output in Excel, and depending on your convenience and depending on the requirement at that particular time, you can use that. And similarly, right, it will give you the right side. Whatever is on the exact right side, it will give us an output. So this time I want to extract my last name, 7 letters, or if I just click right, and number of characters, if I don't put input, it will just give me the 1 letter. If I input number of characters, it will give you the exact number. If you don't input, it will give you the 1 letter. And all 3 are text-based formulas. In Excel, text, numbers, and date. These 3 are 3 different categories. You cannot interchange from one to another. If it is a text, you can use only text-based formulas. You cannot use number-based formulas. If it is a number, you cannot use text-based or date-based formulas. And similarly, if it's a date, you cannot use text-based formulas. So you have to be very specific on what is the input. Based on that input only, you will be getting the output. So these 3 are text-based formulas. So sometimes, for example, you will be seeing something like this. If you say 1000, it's a number, right? Even though it's a number, there's a difference between this 1000 and this 1000. Sometimes you'll be seeing this apostrophe available or this green mark available. So it means this, even though it looks like a number, it's not actually a number. If it is a number, it will be automatically aligned to the right side of the cell. If it is not aligned, either the default alignment might got changed, or it's not an actual number. It's actually a text. So how you can convert that? There are multiple options. Just click on this convert to number, one option, or just Control C, Control V, paste special. Just remove this apostrophe, it will work. Sometimes Control C, Control V will also work because it's manually edited, it's not working, but sometimes it will also work. And you have other options to extract also. Text to columns you can do, and just click on finish, it will extract that also. There are many ways to convert the text to column, but if it is in this format, you cannot use a number-based formulas. If it is in this format, you cannot use a text-based formulas. So you have to be specific on that. Okay. And the next formula which we are discussing will be the length. Length formula will give you, sorry, just a minute. Tell data formats. What is data formats? You mean date formats? I didn't get your question. You can unmute and speak. That will be better.
Yeah, actually, I
Hi.
like you said that number is right alignment, date. Then how can you identify like text and the numbers? How many is like there in Excel? Like
So when you select any particular cell, you have this option, right? Under the home screen, you will be
no, no.
seeing
What I
this.
mean to say that for the number we have right side and text will be like how do we identify within the X cell whether it's a number format or text format
Yeah, yeah,
or
that's what I'm trying to say. Whenever you select any particular cell, it will show in which format this particular field is there. If it is a number,
mm,
it will automatically change the output. If it is, I mean, number means if you choose this format, it will come like this. If you choose this format, it will come like this. Like this, it will change it. If it is not changing and if it is giving a static result every time, then it's a text. So similarly to
mm,
our example, if I select this and click on here, it'll give the static output always, right? It's not changing anything. So it means it's a
mm.
text. But if I select this, the output will be changed for everything, which means it's a
Mm.
number.
Yeah, we have only two in Excel, so text format and number format
Yes,
in Excel.
date format will be, I mean, there are specific formulas for dates, but
Mhm.
numbers are interpreted as dates. So any
Okay,
date, for example, if I give this date, this is equal to a number actually. Uh,
okay,
in Excel, all the dates are counted from 1 1900. This is equal to 1 in Excel. From this
oh,
date, Jan 1st is 1, Jan 2nd will be the second, Jan 3rd will be the third, and similarly, it will calculate from this date. So if I
okay.
see 2024, it will calculate from 1900 to 2024 how many days are there, and it will convert like that. So if I convert this to number format, it says 45,626. So from this date,
Mhm.
it's 45th, 45,626th
Yeah, I
day.
got it. It's taking as a number date here.
Yes. So this will be the one.
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
And I think we are in length format, length formula. So this will give you the number of characters in a particular cell. So if you, I mean, calculating Ravi, Teja, Grandhi, you can just calculate manually or you can just use Excel to calculate it. The major advantage of this formula will be, for example, maybe I'll give you Ravi, 4 letters, right? 4 letters. If you look at Ravi, it feels like 4 letters, but there are some spaces next to this. When you see this with naked eye, you cannot identify. There are extra spaces. But when you give length formula, it can easily tell. Even though you are seeing 4, it's actually 9 characters. So then you can identify there is something which is not printable or not visible. Blank spaces or something which is not printable characters will be there. Those which you cannot see, those characters can also be there. So in that cases, this formula will help you. And this works for both text and numbers. So similarly, if you want to count for numbers is equal to length, it'll give is equal to length. Whenever you are writing any formula, just start the bracket and end the bracket. And commas in a bracket is very important. Where you place the comma, after each parameter, you have to place a formula. Sorry, comma. So these things are very important. If you don't place a comma, the formula won't work. Sometimes if you don't give a bracket also, it won't work. If it is like a big formula and if you miss one bracket, the formula won't work. So you have to be cautious on all these things. For everything, you have to start a formula and you have to end a bracket. And next again, we have a set of 3 formulas.
Yeah,
Upper.
Ravi. One
Yes.
question. There is a
Yes.
17 is there, na, above. Suppose I want only up to 15, like any formula is there to resize. Suppose I have so many names in the A column. So
Mhm.
I don't want 17. I want only up to 15. I want to remove the extra. 2 for like last. Is any formula to restrict to only this up to this digits like
The
that? You
first
got
formula
it? What?
which we discussed is equal to left,
Okay.
and you want to give only 15. So just select
Mm,
15, and it will give you the first 15 characters in that particular cell.
okay. Sure. Okay. We can use that formula. Okay.
If you
Okay.
want again like right side or middle or anything, you can just choose accordingly.
Okay. Okay. We can use left formula. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
and if you don't want to count it manually, so you can
Mm-hmm.
just club formulas. In Excel,
Mm-hmm.
that's the advantage. You can club any number of formulas, but you need to know the order and you have to very careful on this commas and brackets. So you can just click on length, and
Mm-hmm.
length of this cell will be 17. You just want to delete two out of that.
Okay.
Whether it be 15 or it be 10 or it be 6, you just want to delete two. In that case, you can just
Okay.
delete this. And this will give
Okay.
you,
So suppose we here we come to know that it's there are only 17 is there that we have to remove. So I want only, so in that case we can restrict. Oh, okay, we can restrict with 15 left only instead of that. So got it. Yeah, thanks, Ravi.
okay. So the next options which we're discussing will be upper, proper, and lower. This is just a formatting thing, I'll say. And again, these are like text-based formulas. And here what we are trying to achieve is, for example, the input which we get is a proper or some normal characters. And if you want to convert everything to uppercase, then you can use upper, just is equal to upper and select the cell. It will convert everything to the uppercase. And if you want to properly align that, when I say proper, it will capitalize the first letter of each word. Now it is everything is in small letters, right? So now it will capitalize the first letters R and T into capital letters, and rest all will be small letters. So for example, like here I have any order, any specific order, it will correct it and it will give me in proper format. And here lower, it will convert everything to small letters. The first letter, nothing it will change, everything will be in small letters. So if you want to make everything uppercase, you can use upper. If you want to make a proper sentence case, use proper. And if you want lower, you can use lowercase. Again, these three are text-based formulas. Mostly today, first half will be text-based formulas and second half will be number-based formulas we are discussing. Okay. And next, again, we have a set of formulas: text join, text split, text after, text before. These four are like again a similar pattern formulas, and mostly people will be using text join. The other three formulas are pretty new. If you ask me to be honest, these two formulas I have learned only yesterday. So it's a like pretty new formulas. Excel is keep on adding new formulas to the sheet. So we'll see one by one formulas now. As the name specifies, everything is a text-based formula. And how it works: text join. Mm, it's like a simple English. If you try to understand, it's trying to join multiple texts. So I have names like this: Ravi, Teja, Grandhi in different cells. I want everything in a single cell. So in that case, I can use manually an option like is equal to this and equal to this and is equal to this. I can use. If you want spaces, I can add spaces. And again, like if you want spaces here, I can add spaces and I can get it in format which I want. Instead of doing this manually, and if it is like 2, 3, you can do it manually. If it's 10, 20, it's very difficult, right? So in that case, you can just use this text join. Text join. First option is the delimiter. So here I've added spaces manually, right? So what is the delimiter which you want to add after each cell? After Ravi, after Teja, after Grandhi, what delimiter you want to add? So I want spaces, or instead I can say I want comma. Anything, you can choose anything. Even if you want to choose like A, or if you want to choose one, anything you can choose. And here, whenever I'm typing A or whenever I'm typing space, I'm putting double quotations. But if I'm typing one, I don't put double quotations. Again, that's the difference between the numbers and text. Whenever you're putting numbers in any of the formula, you don't need to put any double quotations. But wherever it's a text, you have to put double quotations. So just remember that. And the next option is ignore empty. Whether there's an empty cell in between, you want to ignore that or include it. So now I'm just, for the moment, I'm saying ignore it. And what are the cells you want to select? You can choose either an array or you can choose a row also. You can choose a one cell, two cells, like that, comma, second cell, comma, third cell. You can choose, or you can just select a row, array as well. So here it ignored the empty cell and it gave me the output, Ravi, Teja, Grandhi. If I change this true to false, similarly, so I'll give 1 as the delimiter. Since 1 is a number, I'll just give 1. Include empty cells. I'm selecting include empty cells. Just move with the arrow buttons and select tab. Then select all the data. So now you will see Ravi 1, which is my delimiter, Teja 1, blank is there, that's why it's giving one more 1, and Grandhi. So just to identification purpose, I have given this. So you can understand the difference between this and this. It's again like text-based formula and used to join multiple cells. And here we have option to include or ignore the blank cells. And the next option we have is text split. Here we are adding the cells. Here we are splitting the cells. You have everything in one field, name, address, location, everything in one field. You want to split it. How you can do? You can split using the text split. Again, for doing this, there are multiple options, which one of them is text to column, which I'm going to discuss later. But there are multiple options. One option is text to split. So text split, text, whatever text you want to split, you have to give that. You want to split it into columns or rows. You have both options. So I'm giving to split it into columns. And space is my delimiter because in between Ravi and Teja, space is there. So I'm giving space as my delimiter. And rest all are like, if you see, it's all in square brackets. So it's an optional fields. I don't want to give anything. So I'll just click. I don't give anything. I'll just close it. So Ravi, Teja, it's split based on the space in between. If I don't have a space, then it won't split. It will give me one word only. And next option, if you see, again, I'm going to select the text. For delimiting columns, I'm saying space is my delimiter. I want to split it into rows as well. So for rows, I'm saying this dot is the delimiter. So now I'm saying Ravi will be in my first cell, Teja will be in my second cell, and Grandhi will be in next row itself. It won't be in the third cell, it will be in the next row. Like that, I want to split it. And ignore empty cells, include empty cells. Again, same option we have, whether to include or ignore. We can choose that. If you don't want, just keep a bracket, comma, so it will move to the next option. And it's a case sensitive. Case sensitive means uppercase and lowercase. For example, here, whatever delimiter you are using, okay, maybe I'll explain you in the next example. That will be better. I don't want this as well, so I'm just closing. And this also I don't want, I'm just closing it. So now if you see Ravi, Teja, Grandhi, that's it. 0 is like nothing, so it's giving me 0. If you see, it's the same formula which is coming over everywhere. If I just delete and type it again, text column delimiter will be this. It will give me based on this. So you can split based on rows or you can split based on columns as well. And it works for numbers as well. So you can choose any number and you can split it based on that. And I said like case sensitive, right? So we'll see that case sensitive case now. So here I'm not splitting based on a space or comma or something. I am splitting based on a word. For example, like J. I have J in Teja, right? So I'm splitting based on J. I'll give J capitals, whereas here it is a small letter. I'm giving a capital over here. Row delimiter I'm not giving. Ignore empty cells I'm not giving. So I'm saying case sensitive match 0 and just close it. So now I'm getting the output nothing because this J is capital, this J is small, and I have given case sensitive. So I'm saying if it is matching the exact case, split it. If it's not matching, don't split it. That's why if I give 0, it's not matching. Whereas we have other option, case insensitive match. So it means don't look into the case, whether it's small or upper, proper, whatever it is, don't look into it. If it is there, just match it. So now if I give, it will split. This is the below example. If I choose 1, it will automatically split it. It doesn't bother about whether it's uppercase or lowercase. So whenever you say case sensitive case in the formula, this is the difference. Some formulas works only for case sensitive manner. So if it is like that, I'll update in the characteristics. So here I have mentioned we have the option to choose whether the delimiter is a case sensitive or not. And okay. Next formula we had is the text after. In text after, for example, after this bracket, or sorry, after this space, whatever text is there, I want to get that only. Or after this E, whatever is there, I want to get that output only. If we have something like that, for example, in GST number, after 2 characters, we have the PAN number, right? So you want to get after 2 characters, whatever is there. So you can use this either the mid option or you can use this option as well. So is equal to text after. Just select the text. And what is the delimiter after which you want to get it? I want space. I'm not going to look into others because it's all optional. I'm just closing the bracket and I'm getting the output. Text after, we'll see one by one option. Delimiter is this. Instance number it says. For example, if you have the same delimiter multiple times, at which instant you want to get this output? Because I have space twice in this particular word. Here once and here once between Teja and Grandhi. So you want to look into it, automatically looked into the first space and it ignored the second one. Now you have the option whether to choose the first instance or the second instance, or if you have third one, third instance. Any number you can give. So I'll give the second instance. And again, match mode, case sensitive or case insensitive. So if you want to be on the safer side, I'll say go with case insensitive, because sometimes it will be uppercase, sometimes it can be lowercase. So you have to be very careful on this while selecting. And match, and whether you want to match at the ending of the word or not. Because if it is available in the middle, it will automatically match. But sometimes at the end, if you have it, you feel like it's not needed. Anyway, it's the end. And after that, it won't be there anything, right? So you don't need it. So you have that option also to choose whether to match at the end or not to match. And you have the other option, if not found. If you don't get the output, what you want to see. So I think I have given in the next formula. If I don't see the output, I want to give NA. So here I'm searching for capital A where case sensitive. Capital A case sensitive, I don't have it. So I'm saying if I don't find a capital A which is a case sensitive formula, give me NA. So it's giving me NA. If I give capital A and case insensitive, then it will give me the output, because case insensitive, capital A is available. So it will say it is available over here. And I'm saying second instance. So second instance will be RA is the first instance, JA is the second instance. After JA, space Grandhi. So that is what the output is generated as. And similarly, text before also have the same features. Text